This is Close Combat Gateway to Caen. You're watching episode 13 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. We're going to be kicking off the 1000 movement phase. I've got Casino moving down to the southeast, and then we are going to move 11th AD down into Cheux, and the 11th AD that's in Cheux, we're going to keep advancing because we do have 12th SS Panzer who have moved in after being driven out of point 100. So I want to cut that off as well as be ready to attack them or block them in the event that they move forward. Up here, I'm going to merge 15th Division at the Orchards, and then I'm doing a double swap up here in the northeast where I'm moving the armor to Marseillais and moving one of the infantries back to Saint-Mavoux, and then that way I can merge there in Marseillais and have a decent force for when they re-engage. Alright, so they did move back up to point 100 with 2 battle groups, and remember our last outing there, we did win, but we're getting thin. So, they're in Cheux. How'd they get there? They didn't come from there. So, Skyline. It's not on the road, but can they cross right there? Because the borders touch? Like in previous games, they had to use the roads. So, maybe that's a new mechanic. If they share a border, they can cross. Because it looks like there's like a defensive line there, right? So, that's my assumption. And then tank disbanded. Okay, I'm guessing that tank division didn't actually disband. It's just because they absorbed, so the one disbanded. Either way, 3rd Royal Tank Regiment of 11th Armored Division is going to be taking on 2nd Panzer Division back in Cheux, who we're assuming came from Skyline in the west. We had a request for Lord of the Rings battle group. So in 1st platoon, I have Frodo leading the charge with Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, and Bilbo Baggins all manning tanks. 2nd platoon is led by Boromir, and then they've got Samwise, Pippin, Gimli, and Merry Brandybuck. Down in support, we have Arwen and Gollum, but then all of our Piets are unnamed. I have been relying heavily on the armor here, so I went ahead and just took 2 full platoons, and the only infantry I'm taking are Piets, just because they're the ones that make sense to take, and then they can still take ground in buildings if needed. And then the enemy battle group is actually just 4th Company of 3rd Panzer Regiment, 2nd Panzer Division. Very small, very well armed though. We're going to be facing 6 Panthers, and that's not going to be any easy task. We actually have not fought a Panther yet, but we know that the Tigers are dreadful. The enemy can only spawn on the southwest corner, so I've got almost all of our tanks. We have 8 of them just looking to the south. Then Boromir and Samwise are looking southwest, but they're behind the bocage a little bit for cover. Then I have 2 tanks, Legolas and Bilbo Baggins, on the road, set to go southeast and try and capture the open plaza area between the buildings. All of our Piets, they're going to be set to scramble to the southeast and try and secure some buildings in advance of the enemy, as well as take a couple of flags along route. Once everything settles, we can try and negotiate where those Piets are going to go. Alright, we're already getting hit. I mean, we're engaging. They got 3 Panthers down there.
You're mad.
Alright, it seems like, honestly, only the Fireflies can do anything. The regular Shermans are, like, not having it. Move around this flank. I don't know, while we're distracting them, let's just try and move these guys. They're looking north. This kind of sucks. It's not like we're going to get there fast. We got one Panther down. Alright. Can we get this guy? No. Okay, we've lost a tank. We've got an immobilized Panther. Let's Let's move over here, try and get away from their frontal armor. Oh, we just took another one. Our win is down. So there we go. That's got to be the Firefly right there. Let's see if we can get a good hit on this.
In position.
And then, is that the other one now? Okay, good. It's dead. They're down to one tank.
Deployed. Scratch one.
We do still have 4 to maneuver, 2 on their flank, and then we have the 2 Fireflies.
In position.
These are not great spots. We still can't really get on their flank to hit this tank. We've traded 2 for 2 so far. Come on, Frodo. You got to be a little bit more dominant than that. Come on, guys.
Redeployed.
We need proximity. We need firepower. I feel like even with the black effectiveness, 5, 6, 7 tanks shooting at one target, it should die. All right, now we really got to move up because the Bocage is blocking our field of view until we get around that corner. Oh, this thing is brutal. I feel like this is harder to kill than the Tigers. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Panthers actually have really, really good frontal armor, right? Like better frontal armor. But not good side and rear armor. But let me know if I've got that wrong. They did surrender. I don't know if you caught that, but they did flee out of there. We're trying to gun them down. Let's keep moving up. All right, that's half their tank force. They had 6. So we got 3 more to face. Let's take these Piats. Let's move up here. You guys go over here. Take this position. They could have flanked around the east. They have not taken flags, so I'm inclined to believe that they didn't do that, but I don't know if they would go for flags really with their armor because they have 0 infantry. What I would like to do is go all the way west with like 2 tanks or something, and then cut south through the field so we can come in sweeping behind them. Let's take these guys down here to cut them off. And then that way there's something to brace against if they start pushing us. Oh, they actually have a tank down there. We just haven't seen it until now. No line of sight. We're going to have to move up here. And I am going to go ahead and take Aragorn with the Firefly.
In position. In position. Redeployed.
All right, keep going. No line of sight yet. He's kind of looking at us, but I don't think it's any of these tanks. Almost there. A little bit more, we'll be able to see around that corner. We have to be careful. All right, we would have line of sight if we could see him. Let's hope he's not looking right at us. Lost it. All right, yep, he's coming back to the south now. Let's go west and into that field, try and get the flanking fire on him. Ooh, that scared me. Okay, clear line of sight. Okay, we got a hit. We got hit. Uh-oh, Aragorn is immobilized and damaged, so he's not going to be moving. Fortunately, we got Gimli coming up. Another hit. I mean, it said we could see with Gimli, but I don't know that we actually can. Gimli lost sight of target. Let's move over here, try and get on the other flank. All right, we're going to have to move past our tank in order to really see down there. All right, Aragorn is still focusing there, just it's not well.
In position.
No. I don't know if we try and cross the bocage that close with him, or if we just like get him in there and let Frodo do his thing trying to get on the flank. Come on, you got the green effectiveness. Kill that tank. Alright, we need to get around the bocage. We're going to be point blank, but he's taken several rounds. So, like, I'm hoping we can just get one good shot that blasts him clean.
Redeployed.
Uh-oh, we got a second tank moving. I'm not sure it's going to be a factor because it's on the other side of the bocage, but it is there nonetheless. Come on, almost there, almost there. There we go. Send it. No, no, no. What are you doing? I didn't tell you to turn away. Oh, my God. Why would you turn your rear armor to him? Why would you do that? You guys get over here. You are hit and immobilized. I'm completely dumbfounded. Why did you do that? Why would you turn your rear armor to the enemy? All right, Mary's got line of sight. Good hit. Maybe it was a miss. Kind of looked like a... Oh. Wow, he popped Mary instantly. Move up, stop these two that are advancing. Frodo. No way. The other one across the field saw Frodo. I'm taking the ceasefire. We gotta put an end to that before those other two get into the fight. That's just one of them. So their morale's 36. We're at 73. It's pretty much a wash there. It says major victory, but we know it wasn't. So they killed 4 of our infantry. They were crew. Wounded 6, but destroyed 4 of our tanks and damaged 2. We took 6 tank casualties. We killed 6 of theirs and wounded 4, but we only destroyed 2 of their tanks and damaged 1. Alright, so Frodo has no kills. Gandalf no kills. Aragorn has a tank kill and 3 infantry kills. Legolas has no kills. And Bilbo Baggins has no kills. Boromir has no kills. Samwise has no kills. Pippin has no kills. Gimli has a tank kill and 3 infantry kills. Merry has 2 infantry kills. Arwen has no kills. And Gollum has no kills. So now we know the Peats didn't get any kills. They weren't really in the fight. A couple of them probably captured some flags. And yeah, so there's a couple acts of bravery. Big takeaway here, only the Fireflies got any tank kills. All the cannon rounds that went, only the Fireflies got kills. Alright, first one got a tank kill and an infantry. Second one has no kills. Third one has 1 tank, 1 infantry. Fourth one has no kills. And then their 5th one, also no kills. And then their 6th from the support platoon has 2 tank kills, 2 infantry kills, and an Iron Cross. That was like straight terrible. Seriously, it really couldn't have gone much worse. I could have stayed in the fight and lost more tanks, but either way, it was still an awful performance. I did try to take the advice of not getting sucked in with my superior numbers and then getting whittled down one at a time. But instead, standing my ground, it still led to the same outcome. I feel like I really need to ambush those tanks to get those side and rear shots only. It wouldn't have crossed my mind, though, that having 8 tanks looking at the same target would not win. If I had to do it over, I would not take the brazen position in the field, and I would have just rushed for the town in the east, and I could have just sat there, waited, and picked them off. Leave a comment. Let me know if you think that'll work in the counterattack. Until then, like the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.